A mysterious explosion along Venezuela's northwest coast is raising serious questions about what happened and who may be responsible for the blast. The explosion was reported on December 18 in Alta Guajira, a remote and sparsely populated coastal region located in northwestern Venezuela. The area is known to be heavily controlled by the ELN, a guerrilla group that has long been linked to drug trafficking and cross-border criminal activity. The ELN, also known as the National Liberation Army, is reportedly active not only in Venezuela but also across the border in neighboring Colombia. Two members of the Wayuu indigenous community told NBC News that they personally witnessed the explosion and its immediate aftermath. The Wayuu witnesses said the blast was so powerful and loud that they temporarily lost their hearing for several hours afterward. They also reported hearing a strange buzzing sound days before the explosion, which they believed may have come from a drone operating in the area. According to reports, the explosion destroyed a small hut that was believed to be used primarily for storage purposes. Fishing boats, nets, and hammocks belonging to local residents were also reportedly destroyed in the mysterious blast. Wayuu community member said, and I quote, "I don't know if it was a missile or a rocket. The truth is, we don't know what it was. But it was a big explosion." Unquote. President Donald Trump said the United States had knocked out a Venezuelan facility that he claimed was linked to drug trafficking operations. On December 29, Trump described what he called a major explosion at a dock where boats were allegedly being loaded with illegal drugs. However, Trump refused to clarify whether the CIA or the U.S. military was responsible for carrying out the strike he described.
Venezuela that you mentioned in the video interview, did the military do that? Can you share what you know?
Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement, and that is no longer around.
Is that the only strike that the U.S. has done?
I don't want to comment on it.
The White House and the CIA have both declined to comment on any possible land-based strikes inside Venezuelan territory. Witnesses said Venezuelan officials arrived at the site one day after the explosion took place to assess the situation. Local residents claimed that Venezuelan officials blamed the United States for the blast, as per reports. Separately, reports also circulated about claims of an explosion in Maracaibo, a major Venezuelan port city. A chemical company operating in the area denied rumors that a warehouse fire was caused by a U.S. strike. Donald Trump's comments have fueled widespread speculation and uncertainty inside Venezuela about the true cause of the explosion. It is worth recalling that the U.S. president has previously issued public threats of land-based attacks inside Venezuela. However, there are currently no confirmed reports directly linking Trump's claims to the explosion described by Wayuu witnesses. The blast comes after months of U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats operating in international waters. Washington has claimed that those boats were carrying drugs from Venezuela, though it has not publicly provided evidence to support those allegations.